and there will be tons of students attending from many different schools around the world. I'm sure that many of you are very eager to meet other students coming from different places. So right after the opening orientation, we'll be holding an ice-breaking activity where we'll have students break the ice. Obviously, you won't be physically breaking the ice. You'll be taking this opportunity to interact with other students and work on fun activities together. And to continue on, after the ice-breaking activity, we'll be having a workshop on asking the right questions. This workshop is a communications class taught by Harvard scholars, which will be, they'll be going over how American students effectively interact and communicate in a classroom setting. And after the workshop, we'll be having a tour around Harvard, and you'll be able to take a glimpse of life at Harvard and feel the great, amazing atmosphere around the campus. Excuse me. After the tour, we'll be having a panel of alumni and scholars from Harvard that will be sharing their life and afterlife studying at Harvard. They'll be sharing about how they prepare their applications and many other exciting experiences. After the panel interaction, we'll be ending the day by having another workshop, but this time it'll be on public speaking, very important. This workshop will definitely help prepare you for the upcoming summits and hone your communication skills. So now we're on day 2 of the program. Moving on, this day is when most of the core lectures will be taught. So for the first part of the day, we'll be having 2 exciting lectures from very famous Harvard scholars about the international government system, where you'll be taught about structures, operations, and many more. And also, you'll be having an intro to economics and public speaking, where you'll be introduced to how the economy moves in the production, consumption, and the transfers of wealth. Okay, we're back, and yeah, I'm gonna try to go as slower for you guys, just so that we can all keep up with each other. Make sure you can take notes along the way. So as I was saying, we're talking about the economics class with public speaking. You'll be using these lectures to supplement future lessons for the upcoming summit. Okay, so after the lectures, we'll be having workshops on speech writing and theater taught by Harvard scholars. For speech writing, you'll be learning about writing speeches effectively and the proper way of delivering a speech. And for theater, we'll be having performers introducing spoken word poems that will help supplement your communication skills. Beautiful Harvard theater right there, yes. After the workshops, local students will be arriving and joining you throughout the program. And of course, you will have the chance to meet and talk with them, which is the perfect timing for the next workshop. Cross-culture communications and global citizenship. Very long, but this is where students will be taught about effectively communicating in a diverse environment. And now we're moving on to the midpoint of the program, day 3. On this day, you'll have more hands-on activities and interactions with your peers. For the first part of the morning, you'll be learning about the techniques and skills about negotiation. The lecture will be delivered by renowned Harvard scholars from the business and law schools, and after the lecture, you'll be able to apply what you have learned from the lecture into the negotiation practicum, which is basically a negotiation simulation. So very fun, exciting stuff. And continuing on, part of day 3, after the negotiation lecture and practicum, you will be learning about the communication psychology, where Harvard scholars will be teaching you about the process of communication and the psychology behind the interactions of a conversation. Again, very vital to the upcoming summits. It'll help you apply your skills onto the upcoming summit. So as you can see, there's something called Veep there. It's actually a case study, and it's going to be very fun and interesting. So please look forward to that. And to end the day, we'll be going over the rules and procedures of the G20 summits. So, we'll be ending the day going over that, and you'll have the chance to think about it until we reach the actual day of the G20 summit, which would be taking place for the rest of the program, day 4 to 5. The second half of the program will be where most of the action will be taking place. All the skills and techniques you have learned this far will now be applied to the Model G20 summit. So here we are, day 4. From now on, the Model G20 summit will officially start. We will officially open the event with the open banquets. And this is where you'll have breakfast. Now, this is not a normal breakfast. This will be very special because there will be a guest speaker. Very exciting stuff. A former White House official. No, not many people get the chance to meet this type of person. So he will be sharing his experiences on working for Homeland Security. Very exciting stuff. And this guest speaker has also worked with the Obama administration. So this is quite recently. So after the banquet, the conference will officially open. All delegates will meet with each other, and each country will be preparing their presentations. After the conclusion of preparing your presentations, you will have many sessions, like strategy sessions, discussions, preparation sessions, for the upcoming meetings. And there will be also many types of meetings. One is called ministerial meetings, tea break meetings, and bilateral meetings. I personally like the tea break meetings the most. Maybe we can, that one I think is the best. But for the ministerial meetings, ministers from different countries will meet up and discuss about the global issues. So all these meetings will take place from day 4 into day 5. Once all the discussions are finished, we'll be moving into the final part of the program, which will be the press conference, having countries announce their leaders' declarations and state their goals on how they will be working together to tackle the global challenges. Very, very exciting stuff. And after the press conference, even more exciting stuff, there'll be awards, an award ceremony where the Model G20 committee will hand out certificates and awards. And there will be also over $8,000 in scholarship and trophies handed to the astounding delegates. So this is the general run-through of what the Model G20 Summit will be like. However, before we get into the Q&A session, we would like to remind all students to check their emails for the welcome package that we have sent out recently. And the second thing is that we want to ensure all students to check into the Emodo, EDMODO, that link right there. If you guys can copy that down as I talk. Basically, this is an online platform that you will be using to submit your work. And lastly, make sure to send us questions. Please don't hesitate to ask your questions and concerns on the WeChat group, and you'll get the most accurate answers from WeChat. Okay, so now we'll have our Q&A session, and here I have a list of frequently asked questions from the WeChat group. So let's go over some of those questions. If you give me a minute just to pull those up, thank you for your patience. So we're getting a lot of questions, so please bear with us. We're going to have to pause in and out just so that we can get to all the questions possible. So I see some questions on the chat asking, uh, who is this guy speaking with an American accent? Um, so I am actually part of GiantBug Foundation as well. I am working as schools and school partnerships, and I will be your teaching fellow. So many of you would probably ask, what's his name? So everyone would just call me Neil. You can just call me Neil when you see me, when I see you in February. Yeah, that's who I am, and I have an American accent. Next question we have is, let me see here. Um, let's see. Let me try to read it. Let me try to read it. So the next question is, when will we get our roles? And I can tell you a little bit about how the process will go. So around day 3 and day 4, that's when you get your assigned roles, and you get your details um, along the way. And basically, in these roles, there's like, I don't know, for example, you have like a group of 5, a team of 5, and we'll say everyone has different roles. One would have the head of state, one would be a minister, et cetera, et cetera. And everyone has different types of roles. And basically, yeah, with those roles, everyone has different tasks. So next question we have is, what kind of preparation do we need? So I would have to say, please check out the welcome package. Most of the accurate details, better than what I'm saying, is probably better. I would check all the details on the welcome package. Everything is made sure to be there. Um, yeah, and also when you submit your essays, please click the link of the edmodo.com. Please send your contents on that website. And we'll be looking at another question. So we have another question asking, how many types of nationalities or kids from other countries will be at the Model G20 at the Model G20 summit? So we got an answer of probably over five plus are from around the world. So very exciting stuff. Hopefully you'll be able to meet them and be friends. Exciting stuff. And another pause. Okay, another question regarding Edmodo. Um, so yes, again, all the instructions are on the welcome package. Very detailed. We worked really hard, and hopefully, when you get the chance, it'll guide you through the process of how you upload your contents. And we would also likely want to remind all students to bring your laptops. Very, very important part of the preparation. You'll be needing it throughout the program. So the next question we got is, uh, will we be divided into different groups and how? So we want to ensure that we get each group has 5 to 6 students from different schools, different cultures, and we want to make sure that each group has one international student part of each group. We want to make this as diverse as it gets, just so that we can get an immersive experience, and hopefully it'll benefit all students, get different perspectives, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So one of the most important questions of the 21st century is, will there be Wi-Fi support on campus? Um, well, uh, yes. There will be a guest Wi-Fi for students, and also you'll get Wi-Fi in your hotel rooms. So very good stuff. And however, we still do recommend, if possible, get American phone just for 5 days so that you get the most highest quality of Wi-Fi. Okay, so we're going back to the question of how the group split up. Just to clarify, maybe I spoke a little too fast because I'm known as a very fast speaker, so this is like my pretty slow pace. Um, yeah, so each group represents one country, and within the group, there's five students, 5 to 6 students, and each student in that group uh, basically has different roles. So like say like head of state, minister, stuff like that. Hopefully that clears it up. So we got another question. How's the weather in Boston? Or how's the weather in Boston? Um, Think of it as like gambling. You know, it just changes all the time and it gets cold and then gets hot like the next day. It's very interesting stuff. So I can't really give you an exact answer. It's winter season right now, but for some reason it was pretty warm a few days ago, but now it's freezing cold. So make sure you dress properly, bring coats and bring t-shirts, shorts, bring all that stuff. Just you never know how the weather's going to be like. Um, and another question is, what kind of food you guys are going to get for the event? So pre-summit, you'll have the chance to try all sorts of types of food, Italian, German, a lot of different types of food around Boston. Um, Very delicious. You'll have a fun time. Pizza is very recommended, very Italian. However, during the summit period, yeah, it'll be mostly formal dinners. So we'll be preparing very banquet-like cuisines during those times. So we have a lot of questions concerning the welcome package. So please, if you felt like you haven't received the welcome package in your email, please let the assistants know, and we'll try to get it to you as soon as possible. Very important. So please annoy us as much as possible to get those welcome packages. Very essential stuff. And also, most of the other stuffs, rather than academics, we're going to be going mostly on academic stuff. So if you have more academic questions, please keep those fingers going. So we found another question. Will we be able to see Julia Dreyfus? Unfortunately, this is a case study, so think of it as a simulation. But maybe next time we can try to grab her so that he can meet her. But at this time, we do not have Julia Dreyfus. Okay, so we're gonna move a little bit back to some slides, going over maybe how the conference is gonna go. Maybe this will answer some of your questions. Again, the open banquets. As you can see there, that's fancy stuff. And we'll have again some guest speakers, a lot of Harvard scholars, and again I said there was a White House speaker. Oh no, not White House speaker, a White House official. Um, but you can play guessing games until the person shows up. Um, and yeah, it's going to be exciting stuff. It's going to be exciting stuff. And we have the actual conference, so um, you'll be meeting all types of students from around the world. Um, again, we'll try our best to make sure that the groups are very diverse. Diverse meaning that uh, students are coming from around the world, so you get to interact with each other, and it'll be a great way. It supplements the cross-cultural communications class, so yeah, that's why we have that in there. So we're going to be sure that each group will have different types of students from the world. And the actual press conference wouldn't go too much in detail of that because I don't want to ruin your experiences. But yeah, it's very general stuff. Just going over basically whatever you guys build up onto, and you're going to be presenting that basically and trying to come up into agreements with other countries. And yeah, and obviously award ceremony, most exciting stuff. You'll get these nice crystal looking stars. I mean, who wouldn't want that on their shelf, right? So yeah, you'll get those, and there'll be over $8,000 in scholarships if maybe for those who came late. Um, yeah, it'll be great stuff. Yes, as one of the comments said, please don't give too much spoilers, like watching TV shows. Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much for you guys, but the press conference, just to clarify that, like basically a presentation part as well, is that students will announce their basically their plans to the world, and yeah, what they came up with, what kind of ideas, how they tackle global problems. And basically, everyone will be able to compare what each group have come up with. And yes, I love saying stuff a lot. Very, very Boston American thing. We say stuff a lot. Stuff is nice. Okay, so there's another question about what kinds of materials will we be receiving during the event. So you'll be getting a textbook, basically a binder of lots of nice content, and basically all the instructions in how to take part of the G20 summit. And yeah, we're trying to answer as much questions as we can. Some of them we can't spoil too much. But yeah, we'll keep going. Okay, so textbook might sound intimidating, but we'll be providing those to you guys, so do not worry about it. Yeah. Okay, so what countries are students going to represent? So since we're doing this is the Model G20 summit, so G20, there's going to be 20 main countries. And yeah, that's how the current G20 is, the real G20. And we'll be also inviting other countries, invited countries, and also World Bank, International Monetary Fund to into the Model G20 summit as well. Okay, this is a question from Beatrice. I'm calling you out. So for the reference, the bibliography, so we don't have a particular format that we require for you guys, but you can follow the APA format, the MLA format, or however format you would like. Just make sure to keep it professional, neat, and make sure, most importantly, is the sources. Okay, so there was a question about what kind of clothes? Tuxedos? No. So to answer that question is that we would expect business attire for males and females. So yeah, business attire. No need for tuxedos. No party dresses. Yep. So for the there was a banquet question regarding the attire. We would still want you to wear business attire, no party dresses for time's sake, and yeah. So there was another question about the attire to wear in during the lectures, the courses. We advise dressing comfortably, actually. You can dress however you like. Um, yeah, feel comfortable when you're in class. I mean, who doesn't want to feel comfortable in class, right? So, yeah, just dress comfortably. It's all okay. And there's another question. Is the procedure the same in the Model UN during the summit? So since this is the Model G20 summit, obviously they're two different things. So it's going to be very different. And we'll be training students and going through the procedure, the process, everything, day 4 to day 5. So, yeah. So it was really nice meeting you all and reading your comments. Pretty funny stuff. We're gonna have to end it very soon. And yeah, questions. If you have any more questions, please post your questions on the WeChat group or by email. Keep spamming if you have to. If your questions get unanswered, just spam like crazy. And yeah, we want to thank you for your participation. We wouldn't have worked without you guys. Good luck on your finals. It's Harvey final season's over the other side of the world, and it's probably nighttime right now. It's getting late. So yeah, thank you guys. Good night. Rest well, and see you in the upcoming February. And good morning over here. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye, guys.